All right, you guys, let's listen up. We won a game yesterday. If we win one today, that's 2 in a row. We win one tomorrow, that's called a winning streak. It has happened before. So let's see some hustle. Let's jack it up a little. I got a feeling things are about to turn around for us.
Good evening, Packer fans worldwide, and welcome to Two Dads and a Chaz, the Green Bay Packer pod with the dad bod. Can you believe it? We beat the number 2 best offense in the NFL. That's right, the Detroit Lions. After a staggering loss last year in Detroit, we came back with fire in our eyes, and above all else, confidence. Confidence. I mean, literally, we took it to him like pistol whipping a blind kid. And sure, we had to, play the Chiefs next week, and that's going to be, a feat in and of itself, which we'll get into later. But after what we saw this week, I think that we can all walk a little taller, a little happier to call ourselves Packer fans. Now, yes, Watson opened the game with a 50-yard catch. Yes, Rashawn Gary got 3 sacks with 2 forced fumbles. And yes, we did all this with 15 people on our injury list, a lot of which were starters. But can we talk about Jordan Love for just a second? With a 29-22 win over the Lions and a 22 for 32 completion in passing, averaging an 8.4 yards with 3 touchdowns at 268 total yards for the game and a rating of 125.5, who also runs a 39-yard run. What the literal fuck? That is, for you nerds out there, and I know you all know this, the longest quarterback run by a Packer since 1995 by none other than number 4 Brett Favre, who ran for 40 yards. Hot diggity damn.
Wow.
So, is Love, how is he doing right now? Well, let's look at where Aaron Rodgers was after 11 games in his first season. Jordan Love has 2,599 passing yards, which is the exact same amount and number that Aaron had after 11 games. The exact same. Jordan has 19 touchdowns. Aaron had 17. Win for Jordan there. Aaron had 9 interceptions, whereas Jordan has 10. Okay, by 1, we'll give that to Aaron. And both are sitting at a 5-6 after 11 games. I think the numbers speak for themselves. Now, am I saying that Jordan Love is the great green and gold messiah? I still think there's a little bit of time, and I think it's a little too soon to say. So tonight we're going to break it all down, maybe leave out some facts. And if you got cheese in your veins, beer on your breath, and Packers in your heart, we salute you. And we would like to welcome you to
Two Dads and a Chaz, putting trophies on the wall. Two Dads and a Chaz is talking Green Bay Packers football. Not exactly qualified, but answers the call. Two Dads and a Chaz, talking Green Bay Packers football. We gonna break it all down, probably leave out some facts. We gonna make some statements that we'll likely regret. Most of gossip and rumors made straight off the top. So crank up the air condition, cause it's bound to get hot. Two Dads and a Chaz, you know we live it and we live it right. Two Dads and a Chaz, we gonna break down football for you tonight. Besides some rings and putting trophies on the wall. Trophies, y'all. Two Dads and a Chaz is talking Green Bay Packers football. Yeah, we talking Green Bay Packers football.
my gentlemen, to the Porcelain Prince, to BD Ty, to Tyson Fauché. Boys, how are we feeling today?
I'm feeling like a winner today, guys. How are you feeling? I'm feeling good. I'm still afterglowing this many days after the game. May you, where you at?
I'm riding that tidal wave, son. I'm riding that tidal wave. I have not had a more incredible Thanksgiving where I felt like nothing could go wrong in my entire goddamn life. Ty, how about you?
Amen. Amen. It was good to be back on Thanksgiving. It had been a little while, and to show up and show out in front of the nation, man, that was a beautiful thing.
Hell yeah, boys. I don't know if you guys got to watch the game or not, but we fucking won, bro. We fucking won. Can you fucking believe it? But
Yeah.
it fell on a special holiday, which was Turkey Day. So I'd be remiss if we at least didn't talk a little bit. Everybody, let's not take too much time because I want to dive into this football game. But does anybody have anything delightfully out of the ordinary that happened to them on Turkey Day that you want to talk about? I mean, I know we ate food, we got drunk, we watched football. Anything out of the ordinary?
I was traveling and had an unfortunate situation where I did not know the start time was 11:30. In fact, I
Oh,
thought it was
shit.
12:30. Yeah.
No.
And I also had a pretty major oversight in that I forgot when traveling to Illinois.
No.
I can't just put it on 101.5 and listen to my guys go. Oh. By the time I realized, the game started almost an hour ago.
Oof.
And then I can't put it on the radio. And then I need to download an app. At this point, I'm far enough away and I don't have internet. Oh, it was a panic like you wouldn't believe. But I will say there is nothing like turning to my wife and having her say, "Oh, it's 20-6." And me be like, "Well, there's a lot of football left. You know, I'm not going to panic." And also we knew these guys were good. And she's like, "No, we have 20 and they have 6." And I'm like, "You're kidding me." So that was when I like really freaked out that we weren't listening to the game / watching it. I watched the last probably 3 minutes of the first half live and then watched the second half.
Oh man, you missed a hell of a great first half of football, which I know you
Yeah.
watched. I know you went back and watched.
I
Oh my God.
rewatched it
I bet.
over and over and over and over.
Yeah.
In fact, I'd love to share it with you folks.
We almost had to cut you off. You were sending Mark EPs like, guys, I've just watched this game for the 9th time. I think we're really
Right.
good this year.
Well, and I want to talk about some initial thoughts. Mayhew, what did you think, my man? Turkey Day game in the Lions Den.
We were on the road, boys, and this team is renowned under this coaching staff for just slow starts, right? We've talked about it constantly. I mean, he's got a reputation for it. I have never seen a more competent football team just hit in stride right out of the fucking gate. I got a quote here from Jason Wilde. The Packers look like a football team that has been through the fire, and they have benefited from it. I could not agree more. Week 4, we were at home against the Lions, and they fucking embarrassed us on national TV in the worst of ways, where we were questioning everything, ownership, coordinators, all that shit. And look, last week, boys, we talked about on this pod. We're like, hey, we just want to come out here. We want to look competent. We want to know that this team is heading in the right direction. Fuck, boys. I don't. What can we say? We need to praise some people.
Mm-hmm.
Tyson?
Absolutely. Actually, let's pass over to Ty real quick.
No.
Ty,
Yeah.
Ty, what were your initial thoughts of the game, my man?
I'm right there with Mayhew, loving the hot first start, the hot fast start. Best first quarter of the season. And it was put together like a guy. You know, we've been dogging LaFleur. He did go through a rough stretch and, you know, trial by fire. But he came out and he looked like he had upped his opponent 10 times. He understood Dan Campbell. He understood the Lions, what they were trying to do. He didn't make first half adjustments in the first game, but he definitely made major adjustments in this game. Just thrilling.
Couldn't agree more, brother. Tyson, I'm not going to ask you what your initial thoughts are because I know what we're about to go into here, and it's something special. You all get a very special treat this week, everybody who's listening. Again, thank you for liking and subscribing, but this is what I like to call Tyson's Time Machine, and this is where we go back in time to discuss the opening drive with your main man, Tyson. Tyson, tell me what you saw in that opening drive / initial thoughts.
Oh, man. Okay. So going back, rewatching the broadcast, first of all, Detroit, the city, is good at like a couple of things. And one of them is music. The national anthem was a 10 out of 10. I will say
Word.
they should just hire those two to just like trade off with them and Chris Stapleton. And just that should be who does the national anthems from now on. Also, the coin flip honoring Coach Madden, Turducken, all this stuff. This was great. This got me feeling the warmy and fuzzies about football on Thanksgiving. And I'll be honest, knowing how it ended, I wasn't, but I would have been intimidated walking into that situation and watching that broadcast. That being said, man, when we played this team earlier in the year, afterwards, we all complained about how we just came out and got punched in the mouth. And then last week, when we said, what do we have to do to win this game? We said, we got to go out and punch them in the fucking mouth right off the bat. No bullshit. Show them who can be the more physical team. That's exactly what we saw right off the bat. Chaz, roll the tape. Let's go over this right now.
Will do, sir.
All right,
Rolling.
So we start the ball. We get a kick. It goes to the 25. We're starting on our own 25. We start first play. RPO fake. Deep shot. Oh, my God. It's a post shot to who? Christian Watson, who adjusts the timing on his route for the first time all year and actually made that short route or that short throw look good. That's what we're looking for out of a number one wide receiver, okay? That's what number one stars do. They make their quarterbacks look like Hall of Famers. Right off the bat, check. Next play. Let's see what we got going on. Oh, what are we doing? We do a little run to Dillon that doesn't really go anywhere, but still, it was from under center. It's a different look. Okay, great. They're not getting used to us. Either way, we're pushing it around. Next play. We got a slant to we don't have that play. This is inaccurate.
Unfortunately, I don't have the slant, but go ahead, buddy. You take
Okay. There was a slant right after the big play to Christian Watson. It's like, is this a fluke? Nope. He goes right over the middle one more time, snatches one right in front of guys, contested catch, gets up after taking a shot, brushes his shoulders off, didn't fucking hurt. Let's go. This is the confidence we've been waiting to see out of this guy. And right off the bat, they pulled it off. First two plays, very impressive. Very, very, very impressive. Third play. RPO run to Dillon. That's what you're about to show here for a first down. Because again, RPOs is what we've been asking for. What are they giving us? RPOs. Guess what works? RPOs. Also, like, we're switching it up. We're not just a pistol quarterback like them. We're not just an under the center quarterback, which we can't do at all earlier in the year. We figured out a spot that everything works. And now we got it going. Next play.
We're sure this isn't the touchdown throw? Okay. Go ahead.
This one. That's what this one is. Yeah.
Now, here we go. Next play that is of significance. We never see a third down in this drive, folks. This is exactly what we want out of an opening drive. Hit it, Chaz. He steps back. Christian Watson runs the wrong route. Doesn't matter. Jordan Love guns it Favre style between the one and the one. Just like they said, that was a beautiful throw. Big time throw. You can tell Jordan's feeling it today. He's demonstrated 3 impressive balls. One, a lofty one that may be a little underthrown, but still got where it was supposed to go. The next one, a very impressive slant. The next one, a gun right up the middle, which I think that, folks, might be his best play. The 8 to 12 yard fastball slant is Jordan Love's wheelhouse. So how can we write that into the offense? We're going to find out as we move forward. But man, boy, it feels good to have an identity. It feels good to know how to get it done. It's also good to watch somebody backpedal after they just got jacked in the jaw, didn't expect it, and then you blast them with a perfectly timed uppercut, breaking their nose directly into their brain. Chaz.
I mean, give it up for Tyson's time machine, everybody. But Tyson, how did he get that ball between those two defenders off of Watson's ear, essentially, and get that touchdown?
Yeah, that was a mistake by Watson. There's no reason he should have been there. That doesn't make sense for the play. He totally ran the wrong way. And that's, again, I think that they were giving him some of Musgrave's plays. And I think that that's how we schemed him open in this scenario. He's already a mismatch, but no one's expecting him to be playing from the tight end role. And that's kind of the way that we played him on that drive. So yeah, he didn't know what the hell he was doing. He's not accustomed to that. So he went the wrong way. And it made
I'm not
that
more
pass
talking
look
about him. I'm saying
impossible.
that
It made it look
impossible throw.
impossible.
Right.
Oh my God. But it's just because he didn't even know those guys were there. He was just watching the defender reading left to right, saw that he was backpedaling and said, I can get it. Boom. He didn't even think about what the hell's the other guy's doing. And this is what we needed. Anticipation, man. We needed a quarterback that is going to set the tempo, not have to see it, to feel confident throwing it. This is what I'm seeing out of
Absolutely.
Jordan Love. He is running this team for real now. And I like what I'm seeing, guys. I really, really like what I'm seeing. I don't want to get too ahead of myself. It's one game. But if this is the game that came after the Bears game, they'd be talking about Jordan Love as a top 5 quarterback. That's
Yeah,
a
absolutely.
fucking fact. If you followed a great performance week 1 with another performance like that, which is more impressive against a really good team, that's impressive. And what a world. I'm sorry, I'll stop talking, but what a world we live in, guys, where we can sit here after beating the Detroit Lions on Thanksgiving Day and feel this good about finally pulling up the strength to beat the Lions. Like, what a world that this was the watershed moment and this meant something. How many Lions victories meant nothing, and this one was super significant. It's like we took our manhood back, and it was exciting to watch. I'm giddy. I got to give up I render the rest of my time.
Thank you. Tyson was talking about how it seems like he is taking control of this team finally. If I'm not mistaken, I'm not sure if you heard this, but in the interviews with LaFleur, he talked about how day of he wanted to change that opening play. And he messaged that to Jordan Love, and Jordan Love said, "No, man, this is the play I want. This is the one I want." How do you feel confidence-wise and going forward this team is going to look if we are going to make decisions like this?
Well, I got to say, first and foremost, Matt LaFleur needs to go with his gut and not change plays through text the morning of the fucking show. You know what I mean? What are we doing here? And then Jordan was like, "No, coach, I think you're a fucking idiot." And he's like, "No, Jordan, you're right. Let's just kind of roll as planned."
Definitely have confidence in you, though. Feeling good.
Nothing but confidence. But, gentlemen, for me, and correct me if I'm wrong, I'm looking at this game in particular where Matt LaFleur, and I've dogged this motherfucker for what feels like weeks now. You know what I mean? But was this the most well-coached game that he has actually put together? And I'm talking since his tenure here. Look, 13-3 seasons are fine
100%.
when you have a quarterback like Aaron Rodgers, but when you have a team that is just so fucking young and we've been just ripping them apart for weeks, to come together on the big stage, Thanksgiving, on the road, and to play all 3 phases, not perfectly, everybody, I realize this, but the most balanced that we've ever put on fucking tape. Like, Matt, I'm surprised he didn't come up to the stand, you know what I mean? Like after the game and just like basically like crack a beer and be like, "Look, motherfuckers, suck a dick. First question? Where are you at?" He deserved it. Because I felt differently than I have with him his entire tenure, because the team was prepared and it got off to a fast start. It's all the shit we talk about every week. You know what I mean, Chaz?
I do. Fuck. I'm just so happy. I'm just so happy to see wins. I'm just so happy to see like us play huck it, chuck it, fucking football, something you can be proud of, and to beat a team like the Lions who were just starting to get good. You know what I mean?
I mean, I'm
And
sitting
kick
here.
the
I
shit out
am
of us
sitting
again.
here. I'm sitting here a little vindicated,
Oh,
right? I mean, I've got this theory, and I ride this theory because I've been watching the NFC North,
knew
and
it.
Tyson knows it's coming, and he
knew it.
loves it.
Mhm.
But this was the beginning of that, wasn't it? It was. The Lions still have to play the Cowboys. They still have to play.
How many minutes
the
are we
Gro-
into the pod before Ty got to that? I told you
Not,
so.
not,
Are we-
not
are we-
even 40. Not even
Okay.
40 minutes here, and I'm like, by the way, guys, I've got this awesome theory, and don't worry about the Lions. I am sitting here absolutely feeling like nailed it. The Lions are fucking. It's a predictable scheme, and Tyson hit it last week. Dan Campbell wasn't changing his game plan. Guess who was? Matt LaFleur. Matt LaFleur was embarrassed. He got punked. He didn't appreciate it. He said, "Fuck you, next time I see you, and I get to see you twice a year, here I come." And LaFleur made the most of it. He really did. He brought his best scheme, the mix between, old-fashioned, A.J. Dionne, run smash plays, 3 plays later, we're getting into Jaden Reed on an end around, and he's just dodging cornerback safeties, getting what he wants out of it. And it looked like Campbell was so confused the whole game. He had no answer for LaFleur because LaFleur brought the house. LaFleur took the playoff playbook off the shelf, dusted it off, and said, this may as well be a playoff game because they're all playoff games from here on out. Mayhew.
Guy, I completely agree. And we talked about this the first week when we played him in week 4. Tyson, you know what I'm talking about. It felt like it was scripted for them, where like every play we ran, they fucking knew what was going on. They shut it down. The fucking front 7 just destroyed us. And then, gentlemen, we sit down on Thursday and I'm watching. Offensive line holds it together the entire goddamn time, letting Jordan throw the ball. We run the ball when we have to. On defense, it's not just kind of playing defense. Turnover city, motherfucker. And all of a sudden, I'm like, is this team legit? Chaz, I'm confused. I don't know. Is this team legit going forward?
Are we good now? I'd like to think so, but again, guys, we're notorious for doing this. I feel like, I mean, Ty especially is usually the guy out here telling us like, nah, man, we got more games to play, bro. It's too early in the season, but also like this guy could be good. This might work out. I don't know right now, my friend.
Let me do that then, Chess. Let me do that then.
Hit it.
Chiefs is a tough game coming up.
Oh my God.
This is going to show us who we are, right?
Yep.
All right. That's a tough one.
Mm-hmm.
After that, schedule's easy. Easiest schedule. Buccaneers, Panthers, fighting for terribleness. We get the Queens one more time. Fight Queens on New Year's Eve.
The Bucks.
Yep. We've got
Bears.
Bears. Like
the Bears. The Bears are a to be determined. That's not 100% yet. We have to. The last
even
game
have to play that one or what?
Yeah, the last game would technically be the Vikings. Otherwise, if we move on, the last game we'll have will be against the Bears.
Yeah. Well,
So Ty, we're winning out. Is that what you're telling me? Like,
I mean,
that's basically what I'm saying. Is and Mayhew, you're hitting it. You're finally somebody's picking up on what I'm saying. I'm saying we are the most overlooked team in the NFL. Right away, we hit a little turbulence. I said, that's fine. 3-4 weeks, 3, 4, 5. You don't want to be peaking. If you're peaking week 3, 4, 5, good luck after you've played a full season of football. I see Cowboys, Eagles peaking right now. Sweet. All eyes on you. Everybody's scrutinizing your playbook. Good luck with that. This really reminds me of a sneaky Packers playoff push, where we come in overlooked, underrated. Nobody studied our defense. Nobody studied what we've got going on. And we come in and we Sam Congato these motherfuckers. And we fucking pull a playoff push to the end. I think we got it. I think there is time. Guys, I'm a true believer. And Chaz, you wanted it. There it is. There's your positive outlook on the Packers season. We've got a much easier road than a lot of teams do.
what a fucking hot take, my friend. You look like you're itching, Tyson. You look like you're itching over there. Let's hear it, baby.
Guys, when we played the Lions last time, I remember us discussing and lamenting how who's the tough guy on this team? You take away Quay, who even wants to hit? You know what I mean? You want to know who wants to fucking hit? I got a list of 12 motherfuckers I watched in this game that are eager to knock your fucking head off. Let's start with Quay Walker, of course, and Rashawn Gary. The obvious two. Obvious. Kenny Clark, obvious. But now let's talk about Carl Brooks. Big play fucking Carl Brooks. He doesn't fuck around. This guy does nothing but make big plays. He plays like 17 snaps a year, and 5 of them are turnovers. Like, this guy's great.
He deserves that shout out.
Keyshawn Nixon,
he deserves it.
If he's going to do it wrong, he's going to do it wrong and fast. Okay. He's going as hard as he can all the time, every time. That guy wants to fucking knock your head off. Isaiah McDuffie, dude, this guy loves to hit, maybe more than he actually should. He's ready to lower his head and knock your fucking head off. He did not have the best game this last game. However, I still am a McDuffie guy. Jonathan Owens, guys, what's going on with Mr. Biles? This guy is showing up. He puts the fucking nicotine patch on one cheek at a time like a regular guy, and he goes out there and knocks your fucking block off. I love what I'm seeing out of this Fireplug discount used car that we picked up from Texas. You know, they say they don't rust down there. Anthony Johnson Jr. knocking your fucking face off of your body. Okay, this guy doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't care if you're inbounds, out of bounds, at the fucking quick trip. Watch out. Anthony Johnson Jr. is coming around the corner, ready to fuck somebody up. I like it. This guy's got nothing to live for, and I love him. I love him. I want him on there. Okay. Carrington Valentine, we already talked about his amphetamine-driven style. He's eager to get in on the run. Maybe too eager to jump off his guy when he sees someone else have the ball. He was like, get me in there. Like the swarming that I saw preseason, guys. The swarming on this defense. Where did it go? Well, the starters came in thinking and fucking cashing checks. And then here comes the backups. Bunch of fucking starving bees swarming the motherfuckers. And I like it. Okay, next. Corey Ballantyne. This guy also wants to hit. This is 2 corners on our team that want to hit. I don't know what we're talking. We got Stokes. We got Alexander. These guys don't want to fucking hit. These 2 guys, these nobodies, they're ready to fucking hit. And I like that.
I love that take. Keep going. Sorry.
Devontae Wyatt. Now, he doesn't necessarily like follow the play or try every time. But if he's near somebody or even like a little late near somebody, he's going to fucking hit you hard and dirty. Like, yeah, that's how he rolls. And I'm down with it. It's fine. We're going to get that first round pick value out of him. Colby Wooden. Speaking of value, this guy shouldn't even have a fucking job. And all he does is come in and make plays alongside his good friend Carl Brooks. These fucking rookies are building something, and these guys are not afraid to hit, okay? JJ Enigbari. There's another guy who doesn't want to fucking shy away from hitting. He's ready to fucking knock someone's head off, okay? That being said, I don't miss Darnell Savage. I don't miss Campbell. I don't miss these guys that are not in right now. And Slayton had an awful game. So, like, I think that we have some guys on this team that straight up are like, I'm going to play my ass off. Moving on up.
But as another one, though, Aaron, this guy right here, this guy fucking loves to hit. He's
on the
fucking
list.
scary fucking game.
Every game.
3 sacks. I'm right. 3 sacks, 2 forced fumbles for recovery, 1 which led to a touchdown. Like, holy shit balls. I mean, and he's wearing 52, rightfully so, because it was like watching Clay out there get just fucking sniffing fingers and eating and grave digging and everything across the board. This guy is a fucking monster, but also is like kind of the nicest guy in the dressing room. And he's like, I don't want to cry in front of you guys again. I'm tired of crying in front of you. And then he gets out and he rips your dick off. Sorry, Mayu. And then after that, sorry.
There was a question.
No,
Too
there
soon?
was there.
Too soon,
No,
Mayu?
sorry. There was a question.
by a crying
There was a
man.
question.
I wasn't sure where.
Yeah, sorry.
That's me.
I was just
Not me.
sorry.
Getting there.
Sorry, I was just
Dude, 100%.
Yeah,
Chess.
yeah.
This motherfucker tore his ACL again. Like, everybody knows his storyline.
Everybody
Last
knows the
year
story,
in
sure.
Detroit, he comes in. I don't know how these guys can recover as fast as they do right now, and we don't need to dive into that right. But
Sure.
As far as a stat line, 3 sacks, and he had the only sacks on the day. 2 forced fumbles, 1 of which he recovered, as well as like 7 solo tackles. I don't know if I've ever seen a single man performance that had this kind of like impact that I can remember. If anybody wants to shout out one, feel free.
Reggie White.
Shut the fuck up. I'm talking. No. Reggie White's good. Anyway, point being, I think the idea here is that this defense led by Joe Barry, and we can dive into that a little bit more, has been predicated on keeping teams under 25 points, which we have like almost all year long, but it needs to have playmakers, whether it's interceptions, fucking sacks, fucking fumbles. Like, we haven't had that all year long. So we've been kind of like playing from behind, This is the first game where I'm not going to give. I need to give Joe Barry credit, and that's a part of this conversation, like right now. But everything looks better when players are making fucking plays. And Rashawn Gary single-handedly took over this game in a capacity that, again, it basically rivals Reggie White and Chaz. Like, has anybody else done it since? or
Not
in
no.
between?
Maybe Clay Matthews was close, and then as soon as they put him into double coverage, he wasn't able to do it. And then they moved him. They even moved him position wise, but no.
I think LaFleur is using Gary exactly right. I think he's done a really good job of bringing him back from that injury, still making him a part of the team, still including him in stuff, and having him be, maybe not 100% to start the season, but still giving him 12 snaps. Let him get into it. He's gonna rumble, and man, it is about hitting the peak. And Gary's getting warmed up, guys. This was a prime time performance from Gary, but he can do it again. This isn't like the last time that he could have a 3-sack, 2 forced fumble kind of game. He's ready to repeat, and I feel it. I feel this defense is getting vicious, and we are overlooked and underrated. And Gary's a huge part of that, like sneaky fucking hit that we're gonna land in the NFL.
Ty, let's segue. We all know Rashawn Gary. Actually, I want to say one thing real quick is that I appreciate a motherfucker that gets paid and then fucking delivers, because a lot of times it's hard. Look, guys get injured. I get it. It's just satisfying to see. Now, let's talk about Joe fucking Barry across the board and this defense. Is it Rashawn Gary? Is it the scheme? Is it the fact that despite we are keeping teams under like 25 points for almost the entire year, but we are still trying to fire people? Like where we at here, Chaz? I want to know your thoughts, because Joe Barry has been on the tip of our tongue for a long time. This entire pod, he's a piece of shit. Maybe, I don't know. I might want to have more for beers. What are your thoughts?
I'm going to go ahead and veto that and pass it to Ty. Ty, answer for me, please.
Okay, so Joe Barry
No, that's Tyson, not Ty, but go ahead, Tyson. I'm kidding. Go ahead.
Felt like me. I feel like Joe Barry is good enough, guys.
You have to speak as me.
Oh, as Chaz? Well, what is Chaz? Exactly to do. Hey, Joe Barry's good enough, guys. That's the reality. He's definitely good enough. That would be like if you wanted to know, like if you had a trading card, you'd be like Joe Barry, good enough, just good enough. And that's exactly what he is. He's good enough for what you need to do to not be the worst defense in the league. And also good enough to get the most out of some players at some points in the year so that they have some stats to have some hope on. Like his theme of how to play defense is kind of the like general vibe of the entire league of how they do it. The difference between our team defense and the Chiefs team defense is that our offense has been wildly inconsistent. If we had an offense that every time we touched the ball, you were pretty sure we were going to get points or at least change the field position so that defense is going to be in a much better position / well rested. I don't know that their defense is better than our defense. That being said, Joe Barry is not brilliant. He's just the standard. And I think he's good enough to not lose his job.
I think this pod has clearly made a difference in Joe Barry's performance, and this is how. We lit the fire under LaFleur's feet. We said, LaFleur, if you don't get this guy to actually do his job and do some goddamn work around here, we're going to fire both of you. And LaFleur said, guys, dude, 2D and a C, hold up. I want to keep my job. Let me go knock on Barry's door. I don't know what has happened to this Packers organization. I feel like they are more motivated in the coaching staff, front office than I have ever seen. And I just really enjoy the actual tenacity that I see coming out of Joe Barry's play calling. These guys they're pulling out the stops, and they have decided that they're not saving it for later. They're doing it right now because this is what matters. Today is Joe Barry's job. If they come out and get embarrassed on Thanksgiving to the Lions, this is a completely different conversation.
What a world where we can have a mediocre game followed by like a fluky game followed by one good game, and we're like, look, We're amazing. That's all there is to it. We beat the Lions.
sleeper.
Guys. I mean, what else do you need to know?
Yeah.
I first, when we started getting a little bit of juice these last couple of weeks, the first thing I asked you, I believe, was, and I think, did our line just figure out how to play football and protect him and like give him some time so he can do 3 drawback and look and throw, or did he just start feeling comfortable in the pocket? I think it's both now. I think it's obvious because the line is holding up for him, but at the same time, I'm watching him do amazing, as if like sidearms, as if he is Aaron Rodgers meets Brett Favre. These weird little side shovel passes, these weird off the right throwing left. I mean, we were joking just recently, Tyson, that the guy just can't throw left. He just like everything can't happen left.
He went left, guys.
He
I
went
saw it.
left. All of a sudden,
He went
started,
left.
He
I was
wasn't
like,
an
he
ambi
went
thrower.
left to
And I couldn't-
Watson of all people.
He went
To the
left to
left.
Watson in the end zone. I'm going, so I don't think it's a fluke yet, man. I think it's just like a little bit of what all of you have said. I just brought you and Tyson. Now I'm going to use Ty's analogy of you just got to give them a little bit of time. Week 3 and 4, you don't want to be the number 1 team in the NFL. And right now is the time when we want to be good. And guys, if we can get a 4-5 record after we play the Chiefs, that gets us insanely close. I'm saying 4-5 with the rest of the games that we have to play. I'm saying that is at least close. All you got to do is play the games and not fucking lose. You don't got to win pretty. Just don't fucking lose.
Jazz, I want you to back up into, I think it was 2 weeks ago, maybe 3, when Tyson said yay or nay on this motherfucker. And we all dogged him in the hardest of fashions.
It's not me.
Motherfucker deserves.
Yeah, sorry, Jordan. That's my
An apology.
Sorry.
There you go, Tyson.
Jordan. That's
There you go.
Jordan.
Matt,
Tyson's
and
got a
Jordan.
Jordan apology.
Jordan.
We made big
And
round.
look
Made
at
big
me.
round.
Look at me. Look at me when I'm talking to you, Jordan. Listen, I want to acknowledge you're doing the little things, okay? You're impressing me. I'm sorry. I was hard on you. It wasn't fair. And I owe you a major apology because not only are you what I thought you were at the end of the first week of the football season, everything I had hoped, I really believe that if you continue to work on your footwork, you've shown with these off-platform throws in rhythm, on time, that you are elite. And that is something that you don't put lightly. There's a lot of game managers, a lot of guys that have crisp fucking everything. A lot of guys that will give you very crisp robotic play. This guy can do everything in between. He can play the jazz and he can do the breakbeat. He can do all the stuff. And that's what he's showing. And that's what's really exciting to see. Throwing over the linebackers and hitting that secondary window between the safety and the linebackers, that requires a little bit of touch. Now, like I said, he's automatic. It feels like with this fastball, this 8 to 12 yard slant fastball seems like a dynamic option. And what he when he looks like he's comfortable, that's the way he's throwing the ball. That being said, I've seen from week 2 to week 6 an awful lot of ball tapping, extra steps, extra hitch, 2-3 hitches. Now you're really off time. You got no power. You wasted your drop back. He is this close, guys. He is this close. One ball tap and one little jump away from being lethal, being an absolute sniper who you can't stop, who doesn't waste any energy. And if he can be ready by the end of that, by the back of that drop to make the read and drop and just let it rip, you can't fucking stop this guy. That's what Mahomes can do. That's why we drafted him, because he just showed he can actually do it.
Tyson.
Okay?
I think this year we're comparing Jordan Love to Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre. I think next year we'll be comparing Jordan Love to Patrick Mahomes and Jalen Hurts. Tyson, quick question. Who crashed into who? Did Dylan crash in to Love, or did Love crash into Dylan on that fourth down?
I don't know, man, but that's the worst thing I've seen since a butt fumble. That was rough. That was rough,
hell?
dude. That looked embarrassing. I would say that felt like that was Jordan Love's boo boo to me. Seemed like
Well-
you forgot to get out of the way
Hey,
and just
he's
like
got
ran
room
into
to
the
grow.
guy.
He's got
the other
room to
side.
grow.
That's the
Left.
biggest
But-
shot he took all day.
But it also led to the longest run. Chaz, or like slightly under? Sorry.
39-yard run versus a 40-yard run. He had a 39-yarder, which is the highest, longest run for a quarterback since '95, and Brett Favre only had 40.
Gentlemen, tell me, it was 3rd and 1, and there was only 5 minutes remaining in the entire game. And when the handoff went, tell me that you weren't the only one besides me that thought A.J. Dillon got the ball, ran into the fucking offensive line. The goddamn cameraman thought so. And then all of a sudden, our boy rolls to the outside for 39 fucking yards. Just another example of chess over checkers. Like, god damn it. I just felt like we were in control more than
He had these guys knocking backwards the whole game. Regardless
that
of the
one.
points.
Yep,
That
we
one for
owned 'em.
me was
We
like
owned
when like the entire fucking basement exploded. Like we were like, okay, this is it. This, especially in a game where we're kind of playing it just defensively, you know what I mean? Trying not to lose. That play in particular showed me that Matt LaFleur, he might fucking have it. He might have it. I don't know. I need to see more, but I think the guy can call a fucking game. He just needs. Here we go, Chaz. Thank you.
And boop.
Not the one I thought.
I know, I know.
No, man.
I know.
No, we put a fright in Jared Goff, man. That guy looked like who he is, a slow fucking shitty discount dollar store Ryan Gosling. That guy sucks. All right.
Turnover
He's
vending
not-
machine.
yeah. This guy is fucking Joe
Sorry, man,
Flacco.
You put a
Good
Rashawn
play.
Gary in, and Jared Goff's a turnover vending machine. You put a Rashawn Gary in, you get 1 turnover out.
Look at Ryan Gosling, Chaz, and look at Jared Goff, and you'll see it's like a fat Ryan Gosling. Big guy tailbacks. We're talking over 235 here, boys. Okay, just going through a little list. We're talking big guys. The reason I think about this because that hurdle, that wonderful hurdle that you saw A.J. Dillon do, that big motherfucker jumping in the air, that was reminiscent. One of the
Yep.
best big guys ever, and that would be Willie Henderson. Willie Henderson is my big guy number 4, and I feel like if this guy works out, if AJ Dillon works out, he could supplant Willie Henderson on the Mount Rushmore of big guy running backs that I have on my list here, but not yet. I mean, a lot would have to happen. But what I saw is a guy that moves like 2 of the guys on that Mount Rushmore at once. And that is, I think he's a mix between Dorsey Levens and Willie Henderson. And I like it. I fucking like it. He catches like Dorsey. He runs all around. He's jumping people like Willie. Come on.
Oh, dude, Eddie Lacy,
Eddie Lacy's definitely on there.
100%.
Eddie Lacy's on there.
He's
Um,
the weight. The
I'm
weight
on
limit for
Green.
sure.
Definitely. I'm on Green's the other one. Those are the
Yep.
big 4.
I was
And
gonna
that's
say,
power
yep.
backs. That's fucking guys you don't
believe that-
want to tackle and you have to. And you're like, God, I mean, I can go low on them and they just jump over you.
I bet you're all out
Jump
there
right over the moon.
wondering, how did Chaz know those names?
I know it.
I don't know.
It's just the Packers. That's all you know. That's great. And then we also got Najee Davenport on the outside looking in as well as John Kuhn.
No,
And I
John
think-
Kuhn. John Kuhn is not looking in. He is literally delivering the acceptance speech. I think
You don't think he's emceeing the
you need
event?
1 to 3 yards. You just need those yards. That motherfucker. I've seen him do it over and over. And God bless him. Not to mention, he has
You
the
put him
most
over Willie?
aggressive- Well, no. Are we trying to like what are we doing? here?
Mount
Rating?
Rushmore. There's 4 rooms on and
Yeah, but it's
4
not a
stone
rating.
heads. 4 stone heads. What
Yeah.
are the 4?
I need John Kuhn's head up there with like the most intense fucking forehead creases you've ever seen. And you know what I'm talking about. You've seen that man up close.
Oh, it's like the Mississippi. They're deep.
Chisel in. That's what I'm saying. All right. So
I
who,
miss
who,
White Molasses, man. That guy. That
White
guy.
Molasses.
That's what we called him, White Molasses. That was
Holy
him.
God, that is so
John
good.
Kuhn.
Okay.
White
All right,
molasses
Kuhn.
running down. Where's Ty when I need him? Ty, back me
right?
up on this shit. Yeah, he's taking a bathroom break. Right, we're talking about white molasses, and we used to talk about
Wait.
all the
Dude,
time.
that is such a good name, T-Bone. Okay, so
Oh, yeah.
John Kuhn for sure. Willie Henderson for sure. Where are we at here list wise?
I think that the four that we are all agreed that are on the thing is Willie Henderson, Dorsey Levens, Amon Green, and Eddie Lacy. The question is, AJ Dillon, year 2,
You say John Kuhn.
the opportunity through this year, moving into next year before his contract's up. A, do we resign him? B, is he in a position to supplant Najee Davenport as next guy up? Or John Kuhn to get on that Mount Rushmore? You remember White Molasses there, Ty? John Kuhn? Yeah, baby.
Yeah, buddy. We're talking Mount Rushmores of big backs.
Yeah.
It's
got?
William Henderson, number 1. Give the ball
He's good, folks.
to Big Willie Henderson.
He's
I
good at
fucking
being
love
right.
him.
I'm
He
gonna
was
put Kuhn.
so yeah.
I'm gonna put Kuhn on there.
You're crazy.
Thank you.
I'm gonna take
Thank you.
Eddie Lacy for the
Yep.
concussion and keep running.
Kind of food.
Eddie Lacy is the chicken. You cut the head off, and the chicken keeps running across the yard. That is Eddie Lacy.
Hi,
God
was
bless
it- was
him.
Was
He
it
was
too short?
garbage. The second we sent him to the
Fucking
Seahawks, they were like,
move.
"This guy is worthless. He just doesn't know how to play football." And we're like, "Yeah, you forgot because all the concussions he took for us."
Have you
So
asked him to
thank you,
throw
Eddie
around?
Lacy. I had the Sam Con Gatto shout out. I know he's not technically a big, but he runs like one, and he ran us all the way to a fucking
You
Super
gotta
Bowl,
cut that. You gotta cut. There we go.
So. Najee Davenport.
Yep.
Why
Najee
is this guy
coming
making the
through.
list? No.
He's a big.
He had dreads.
Dude, he had
We wanted
ran
that.
like-
Remember when we wanted that? We had Ricky Williams, and we are like, it's like
Yeah.
our discount Ricky Williams. Except
Yeah.
he wasn't any good.
Ty.
Gosh,
Ty.
we're talking like legends list, Mount Rushmore, and you're bringing up Najee Davenport.
Ty. I'm on green, baby. I'm on green.
Yeah.
Dude, those were dark days, bro.
Yeah.
You gotta bring
we
up the
killed it.
Sherman era. You always gotta be like, remember when Brett Favre was forced to throw to Amon for 4 yards every time? I don't know.
Why was that a
I have
bad
mixed feelings
thing?
about
I
Aaron-
fucking
Amon.
loved Amon Green era. That was good.
That's a
eating.
great.
That was good eating. You're crazy. I'll eat all that meat on the bone. You can just leave it. I'll enjoy myself.
Fellas, before
Amon's a
we,
legend
we
for
get
sure.
too far
I'm just saying, we're
down
talking.
this crazy rabbit hole, yeah, we have to talk about the things that didn't go well in this game. We can't just blow smoke up our own asses for a little bit here. Of the things that went wrong in these last couple minutes, obviously we got to talk about Anders Carlson and some special teams and Tyson. You know what? Personally, it felt like we took our foot off the gas in the fourth quarter.
We're
which
tired.
led to a real opening in the
They're
second.
tired.
What happened? Oh, they just got tired.
They're
That was it?
tired. These are backups. They haven't even played. They're not even sore yet. They've been running on treadmills, waiting for a fucking chance to get out there, watching their girlfriend do fucking flips. And they're like, God damn it, I want to play. I want to do a flip. Damn it. I guess I'll go lift some weights. And now they're out there. They're not even sore yet, dude. These guys are ready to go. That's why. The problem is they are not battle tested 4 to 5 quarter fucking athletes at
Yeah.
this point. They are subs on a good day, and due to circumstance, they get to start. Well, they played their fucking ass off for 2.5 quarters, and then their ass was tired. And all of them were limping around on partial. Oh, I don't want to tear it anymore. Like these guys were like, how much are they up by? All right, I don't want to pull my hamstring. I'm just going to like kind of hang out. That's what I saw out of our defense because it was not the same level of effort that I saw in the first half to like midway through the second half. And you could say that's letting off the gas. I think that it was a sign that's like, yeah, he called the dogs off. He's like, all right, guys, you don't need to kill yourselves anymore. Just win the game. Like that was the vibe with the coaching strategy. Of course, we went prevent. We were up by fucking 17 points. Okay. I'm not upset about that. We made it out of there alive. Nobody got hurt. We won that fucking game. And that's a good team that was going to fight to the fucking death. If we don't need to, it would have been nice. Don't get me wrong. Do not get me wrong. I would have loved to have won by 50 against these motherfuckers. Okay. I would have loved to have made them realize it's time to quit and go back to what you're doing in Detroit, which is live in a fucking tent and complain about the water doesn't taste good. Okay. I'm not gonna, no. You're terrible.
Don't forget about the lack
You
of
look-
city services, Tyson.
awful.
Nobody's coming to collect that trash.
A bunch of fuck. Your state is broke. That's what
Yeah.
they're thinking about. But instead, we gave them a little something.
And
Yeah. No, it's good takes. Good takes, Tyson. I just completely disagree, as usual. That the Achilles, the Achilles heel of this team, whether we are young, whatever the fuck, this has been a Matt LaFleur thing where we struggle to start fast, even though we did. And we can definitely hang in there. And then at the end of the game, when it's fucking critical, or when we need to put our fucking foot on the throat of the opponent and just drive it, it is missing, man. We have no killer instinct at the end when it matters. Now, this game is a perfect example. Man, we were up 29 to what the fuck by the fourth quarter, even the beginning. And then what did we end up doing? Kind of like, okay, we ease up and we just basically play to win, which we did. In this case scenario, fine. But when you are in playoff football and when you need to fucking take what is yours, is this team capable? Does this coach have that mentality? That is what worries me. Long term.
More capable.
I'm talking long term.
Never have.
More capable
Never
than the
have.
Lions are, apparently. Because this would have put the Packers away. If the Lions would have won that game, the Lions would have solidified their place atop the NFC North, and it would have put the Packers into let's talk draft day special, fellas. But that didn't happen. And the Lions have proved they're incapable of putting teams away in the NFC North.
But Ty, you could say that they were trying. They were doing fake fucking punts, the stuff they normally do.
Yeah,
were
they
swinging
got
for
the
fences.
ball. They got the
were
ball to the right
aggressive.
players. You know, Amon-Ra St. Brown had some big plays.
He didn't even get the ball until the middle of the second quarter, man. They
shut him down.
off. No, we knocked them off their game plan.
Yes, we
knocked
did.
them off of kilter. They were not comfortable that whole game on defense or on offense. Their playmakers were not making plays, and they were having to go to other people who they weren't comfortable with. So like we put them, even though they were at home, in a very uncomfortable position, which was just rewarding to
Yeah.
watch.
I mean, we're getting on their quarterback.
Concerns.
You
You asked for concerns going forward. Here's a few concerns going forward. Every loss is huge for us. We can't afford to lose, and we have to win. Pretty much win out. We can take a lump or two, but we're so far behind. Also, losing Luke Musgraves for this potentially the season, big concern. I know Kraft stepped up, had a big game, but
T-bone.
Hey, don't count out Sims, baby.
Tap a toe.
we got
down
other
the
places to
sideline.
go apparently in the tight end position. We're rich in young tight ends now.
Cat dance.
But
Doing that
yeah,
cat-
there aren't, concerns going forward, and Joe Barry isn't one of them. I'm feeling pretty confident about our chances fucking rocking the playoffs.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it really is reliant on a lot of other bullshit. And I am just glad that we had positive momentum after having negative momentum almost sink our season. Now it seems like this boat might float. And if that's the case, it's fast. We know that. I just want to get up and boat race somebody. You know what I mean? I want to compete against a fast boat. And that's what we have next week. Can we talk about next week, boys? Or are we still talking about the Lions?
No,
do
I
it.
was gonna
Segue.
say, as far as everybody's hot takes are going, I'm happy. I think right now, the only thing that can kill us is us. If we are the ones making the mistakes, we're going to be the ones losing the game at the end of the day. And with that, we're going to go to our first commercial break. And when we come back, we are going to be talking about the Chiefs.
We're talking Green Bay Packers football.
And now a special Grinds Your Gears segment from the Porcelain Prince.
Chaz, thank you as always. Look, I got something that's been pissing me off for multiple weeks, though it shouldn't have. But to all your parents out there that are listening that have children, do not throw a birthday party on a Sunday over a Packer game. This is almost like sacrilegious. And had it happened once, look, hey, rough season, I get it. And maybe some of you out there just like don't believe in this team the same way that Two Dads and a Shaz do, and I can sort of understand. But the fact that it has happened to me not only multiple times, but twice in one day overlapping makes me just I don't know where to begin. And
Your kids need best friends.
Exactly. And for the parents, what are you doing? What are you doing? You're basically telling your children that you don't even love them. You know what I mean? A Sunday fucking birthday party? That's like giving up. You're basically giving up. And you're certainly not thinking about your fucking friends or anybody else that you're inviting.
Oh, you're turning families against themselves. What you're doing is you're ripping families apart. You're saying, hey, little Timmy, don't you want to go to the pool? Well, that's more important than the game, right? Don't worry. They'll have a TV at the pool. It'll work. No, it won't. No, it won't. And now I'm over here because I love Timmy. And you got to do it, but fuck, man, you're right.
And Tyson, Timmy's a good kid. He's a good kid. But that pool did not
about
have
Timmy.
a
It's about
TV.
Timmy's dickhead dad and mom.
So,
Takes two.
So, to all your parents out there, even thinking about it, between the months of September and fucking January, maybe even February, I don't even know. Stop. Just
Saturdays.
fucking stop. Think it through. Quit being a dick. And go, Pack, go. Chaz, back to you.
Welcome back to Two Dads and a Chaz. Man, that was a real heated little segment we just had there. Long story short, don't book birthday parties for your kids during Packer games. Folks, we're going to move on to the team we are about to play. The Super Bowl champions of last year. Yes, the Kansas City Chiefs. Wow. Can I do that? Is that all right? Is it all right if I do that? That would be the thing.
You're in the gray. You're in the gray.
I would love to take the lead here. Yeah.
Go for it.
All right. So offensively, this team is not structured in the same way that they have been in the past. Okay. You have the obvious Patrick Mahomes. No need to talk about it. And then you have Travis Kelce. No need to talk about it. And then you have a bunch of wide receivers that are, I think, built for speed, but like nobody's really hitting home. MVS, everybody remember that cat? Yeah, he's out there getting paid like 12 mil doing fucking
dropping balls.
There's
He's dropping balls in the end zone.
Right. Sky Moore, he's another one. I think it's something Rice, I want to say, was their draft pick this year. So it's a bunch of young cats that are trying to figure it out, and that doesn't concern us because they're just not the same offensive firepower that we used to see. Now, running back wise, Pichenko, I want to say this guy was like a late round draft pick last year. He's a bit of a muscler from the running back position, and the offensive line has been fairly stout. And when I say that, is that I mean, I think Patrick Mahomes is the least sacked quarterback in the entire league, meaning that if we don't fucking get after this guy, it's going to be a long day. Let's flip it over to the defense. Steve Spagnuolo, defensive coordinator. Now, this guy was the one who attacked. God damn, this is going to be such a good game. He's the one that attacked Jordan, his first start ever when A-Raj had fucking COVID or what, he never started a fucking game. And all he did was blitz. And Jordan he struggled the entire game. It was horrible. And I think he's got that in the back of his mind where I think this is like a killer game for Jordan. It's not going to be easy. But this defense from Kansas City is tops in the league, guys. Completely unorthodox as far as like Kansas City. Like normally the offense is just fucking crushing you. Not the case this year. The defense is going to fucking hold you down. And then the offense is going to kill you late if you let them. Leading again, Chaz, into the conversation we had earlier, where if you don't fucking close out against teams in the fourth quarter, This is the type of team that can take advantage and just mow you over. That's Patrick Mahomes' fucking bread and butter.
And Andy Reid will. And Andy Reid is the scariest thing about the Kansas City Chiefs, top to bottom, personnel-wise, staff-wise, draft pick-wise. Number one thing that terrifies me about the Chiefs is Andy Reid. I think he's the best coach in the NFL. I mean, he's proven it, and he's earned it. And I think that anytime you go up against the best coach in the NFL, you're gonna have to really bring the lumber. You're gonna have to be more fit, more tenacious, more everything else, because you are gonna get outsmarted, outfoxed. The wisdom of this man is terrifying, and he shows it by making Patrick Mahomes his most valuable asset, the least sacked quarterback in the league. He knows what he has, and he knows how to do it. And I did not like running up against Sean Payton with the Broncos, and I really do not like running up against Andy Reid here with the Chiefs.
Guy, you're spot on. And we've all seen the Wendy's commercials where if you got fucking nuggies, you know what I mean? You got to fucking pull those back. God damn it, you know? But they do feel like a team that's just kind of like, they always figure it out.
They're structured. You're correct, too, in that they're structured a lot like we are, in that they're defense first, 20 points. That's what they're going to let up. And then the rest is up to the offense. And I think that it's a scary matchup in that it's like they've struggled as we have. They've been through fire. They've had challenges. They've been trash talked and let go, and they're ready to prove something too. So this is a prove it game. I just think that, damn, they've been there, you know? We're the team climbing the mountain. They're the team on the mountain. Let's go get it.
They are battle tested. They are battle tested. They are deep in a way that like they just believe they're gonna get there, and so do the refs. Like they get all the fucking calls. Everyone believes the Chiefs are gonna win this game. Okay. And therefore, it doesn't matter who's playing and who's backing up. Also, when you look at this roster, Jesus Christ, all these guys, if you follow the draft, it is all guys I wanted. Like over the last 5 years, when I look down this list, I'm like, oh my God, these are all the guys, and they're all on one team. Their team is loaded. Their running back room, the Pashenko guy looks like a young Aaron Jones. This guy is light, but crazy. Looks like he screams while he runs. He's going to get you an easy 7 yards when you didn't think he was going to get any. They have a very balanced attack, not to mention their quarterback throws like fucking John Elway from every single angle. Like, this guy is incredible. It's not a joke. Oh yeah, he can run, and he's gonna. Look, here's the other part. I believe, just prediction right now, I believe if the Packers played their very, 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 very best football that we've played all year, we come out here, Jordan Love makes the most of every single play. Even if Patrick Mahomes throws more interceptions than touchdowns, I still think the Kansas City Chiefs are probably going to win this game. And for all the reasons I said before, it seems like every time you watch a Kansas City Chiefs game, it's like a slow choke out of like every other team's hope until the CBS song just puts you to fucking sleep. And you're just out. You're out. So like, I just feel like there's a it's just that it feels like it's inevitable that they are going to find a way to be in it in the end. And we will have made just one mistake, and they will have made like a dozen, and somehow still win the game by like 3 points.
Also,
I think happen.
Also, I feel like this is a sell your tickets game. I think the prices that people will be willing to pay to go to this game is going to be insane. I don't know if we have home field advantage. Prove me wrong. Packer fans worldwide, scoop these tickets up. You want to be there in the stands. You don't want Chiefs fans to be there. It's really going to be important that we fill these stands. I can't handle it. Mahomes gets Mahomes' first time in Lambeau, and I could see these being a premium. We got to put green and gold in these seats.
And if we win, everything changes. Let me just make that clear. If we win this game, everything's different now.
Believe.
I'm just saying it might be worth giving the Packers your whole heart. Like, would you rather protect yourself?
Believe.
Okay. Go at this and be like, you know what? It doesn't make it's the Chiefs. We're probably going to lose. It's all right. I'm ready for a lot. We can afford to lose, really. I mean, like, look at all the rest of the schedule. We should be able to, even though looking at the Seahawks schedule by comparison, blah, 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 blah. If we win, we're legit. That's when the Lions got taken seriously. Opening night, they beat the fucking Kansas City Chiefs. Every team that plays the Kansas City Chiefs is playing the world champion Kansas City Chiefs with the best quarterback in football that everyone is trying to draft a version of, that is writing their offense to try and be a version of Patrick Mahomes. If we beat that fucking team, guys, we belong. We can compete with anybody. Okay. And that's unfortunately what every team says playing the Kansas City Chiefs every single week. That's what makes them so impressive, is because they have that kind of pressure coming at them for how many years in a row, and they still manage to win most of the games. So but if we win,
Can I make a comparison? A quick comparison.
you may, Aaron.
The Kansas City Chiefs currently feel like the 2012 to 2014 Packers that we remember.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's like, hey, you had to pay your fucking quarterback. You're trying to figure it out. You are there every goddamn year, but can you take it to the end? I don't really know. And I want to remind this podcast and everybody listening that yours truly is going to be at this game on Sunday, boys.
Oh, shit. What?
Quarter end zone locked in to jinx the shit out of this because I don't believe in jinxes, but my boy that I'm rolling with has never seen a loss
Whoa,
his entire career
whoa.
of Packer fucking game. Here we go. So
You and me are going to the game together?
What do you have to lose, America? What do you have to lose by believing we can win this game? What do you have to lose by giving everything you got, by throwing that Packer party this week, by putting on that lucky goddamn scarf, by wearing that lucky sock with a hole in it? God damn it. If it works, it's not crazy. This is the week to bust out the magic, folks. The details, the little bits, man, the 0.1%. It might come down to that to change the momentum and manage going up against the juggernaut that is the Kansas City Chiefs. Why not
Buy
believe?
this ticket. Buy this ticket so Chiefs fans can't.
Buy the fucking
We
tickets.
saw what
Listen
they
to
did
Tyson.
to us when the Lions came to town. We can't let that happen again. Packers fans, you gotta represent.
But even at home, you, America, all you watching on TV, first of all, nobody fucking TiVo this game. Everyone needs to be live. I don't care what it takes. Go to a bar, okay? You got to be locked in to the main fucking stream, okay? The main vein. You got to tap in there, baby, because that's what it's going to take. This whole magic of Packer Nation at
Chaz,
Lambeau
we got to
Field.
tap into the main
This
vein.
is where it happens, guys. This is the moment. You thought it was last week against the Lions in Detroit. That's our watershed moment. No siree. No siree. Right here.
Traveling to Illinois
here.
is November shit.
Right
We
here
are
is where it
in
happens.
December shit.
Gentlemen,
This
you
is
take
playoff
down
football.
Kansas City at home, and all of a sudden the next 3 games are like a fucking joke.
Whole rest of
The
season.
Giants,
Whole rest of the
Tampa
season.
Bay,
Bears,
fucking Carolina.
Panthers.
The reality of us winning out and just getting into the playoffs, it's reality.
It's
and I
very real.
understand anybody listening to
With
the
a very
podcast who's
capable quarterback, a very capable coach, a defensive coordinator who has found himself, and we really have a chance to take by storm this league. And
Look, I get it.
blindside everybody. The Packers are the blindside favorite this year. Put your money down in Vegas now. We're gonna win the Super Bowl.
On one of my favorite TV shows, they say it's the hope that kills you. So remember, everybody in this podcast, Packer fans worldwide listening, obviously to the Packers that are actually listening to this podcast, you know who you are, the players, the coaches. If you have to choose between believing that we have a chance, minute as it may be in some of your minds, or just waiting around for the worst thing to possibly happen, I would hope, I think we all would agree here, we would hope that you would choose the power of belief. So, as Ted Lasso would say, believe. Just believe. It's not that hard. Put your intentions towards us kicking the shit out of this team.
Focus.
Or somebody who could say it even better than me, Sir Anthony Hopkins.
Now, you non-believers may say, oh, that's nonsense. Well, believe what you want. That's the rational mind. I don't think the rational mind is working too well at the moment. It's the irrational mind, the subconscious. So what we can do is drag the time into the present, now. Build the ditches. Whatever you want to do, believe it, believe it, believe it, even if you don't believe. Play the game of belief. Act as if you believe. That is power. That is sheer power.
That's the truth. That guy
That is
won
the
a lot of Oscars. He knows what he's fucking talking about, guys. He could be anyone. And he's saying that as Anthony Hopkins. He's not even playing a role. He's telling the truth. You guys have a lot more power than you realize. We all do. We also have a responsibility. All right. I get it. You want to protect yourself. You've been hurt before. You've been let down, been told things. You were told this year we weren't supposed to be any good. In fact, you were told, hey, don't worry about it. We're just trying to figure out what's going on. Now someone's telling you we got a chance. You're like, I don't know if I want to get my hopes up. I don't want to get my heart broken. No, you put your heart out there on the internet and you sell it. Okay. You get out there and you say, God damn it. Just give it a shot. Take your shot. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. We got to believe, America. I beg of you. Keys up on
Eisen,
D.
If you're
Believe.
believing, then what is your score prediction?
Oh man, this is good. If we can win, and I do believe we will. This will be one of the more epic games and a watershed moment. Not an easy victory, likely a controversial one. 27-25, Packers win this game by a field goal.
Wow. Ty?
I think this whole thing unravels. I think everybody's game plans fall apart halfway through the second quarter. I think it is a scramble. I think it's going to be big play. I think it's going to be crazy things like punt returns and block field goals. And just this thing is going to be nuts. Packers 41, Chiefs 35.
Wow. That's a high
And
game.
it goes to like you can't fall asleep until 1 a.m. You're so excited. Do not miss this game. Mayhew, what's your prediction?
Ty, that was the most badass prediction I've ever heard.
Yeah,
And
that would be a hell of a
God,
game.
I hope that's the
That would-
fucking game I see.
God,
too.
I really
dude,
do.
that would be amazing.
When the wheels come off, it's football, baby. When the wheels come off, things get
Give 'em
crazy.
Sunday.
Agreed.
I think the score is going to be 30-27 for the Packers because it's going to come down to just probably a field goal. I don't want it to be that, but that's what I think. Mayhew, score prediction.
Look, both teams are going to throw down on Sunday. It's under the big lights. I think it's going to be 35-23. The Packers actually carry this thing out, and we showcase ourselves in front of the nation against the Super Bowl winning team. And then all of a sudden, everybody loves fucking Packer football, and Jordan Love is probably going to get a contract.
Yeah,
Ladies
I
and
also
And
gentlemen,
it's
feel like
also the worst win for our playoff run. So if we do lose, it's still good because then that makes us the stealthy, sneaky, hit him in the back of the head kind of team. And so I'm just saying I would love to win this thing in
Back of
front of
the
the nation. But if we
Are you talking
don't,
about dick
we'll
punch?
just win
Like a
5
dick
in a row
punch scenario?
and come out and club everybody blindsided. Go Pack, go. Fuck the Chiefs.
yeah,
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to Two Dads and a Chaz podcast, the Green Bay Packer Pod with the Dad Bod. We want to
Let's
say
cut this off.
thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing on all of our platforms. So make sure to stay tuned and subscribe.
Two dads and a Chaz, putting trophies on the wall. Two dads and a Chaz is talking Green Bay Packers football. Not exactly qualified, but answers the calls. Two dads in a chat, talking Green Bay Packers football. We gonna break it all down, probably leave out some facts. We gonna make some statements that we'll likely regret. Most of gossip and rumors made straight off the top. So crank up the air conditioner, cause it's bound to get hot. Two dads in a chat, you know we live it and we live it right. Two dads in a chat, we gonna break down football for you tonight. Besides them rings and putting trophies on the wall. Trophies, y'all. Two dads in a chat is talking Green Bay Packers football. Yeah. We talking Green Bay Packers football.